The sci-fi television series Star Trek, originally created by Gene Roddenberry, has been going since 1966, and is still going strong today with series like Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. My favorite series being Voyager, actually. And obviously there's a lot of other series, but there's also books, like The Return by William Shatner. The Borg and Romulan Empire have joined forces against the Federation, and their ultimate weapon is none other than James T. Kirk, resurrected by alien science to destroy the Borg's most formidable enemy, Jean-Luc Picard. Just because you were James T. Kirk doesn't mean you can write him. Or what about the Star Trek and Planet of the Apes crossover comic book? And of course there's a lot of movies, but also video games. But I think I need to get into something more comfortable. Why this uniform? The first one out of the two I'm gonna look at is Star Trek The Next Generation on the Sega Genesis. As for the cover, I don't have it. I only have the cartridge to focus on. And I love how the main characters' disembodied heads are all floating in space there around the ship. Sort of reminds me of that episode with Abraham Lincoln.
Mr. Scott.
What a charming
I'm also using footage from Jag of Troy on YouTube. The link will be down in the description below for the full 3 hours I used for this video. It starts off pretty well with the Sega logo transporting in, with the classic sound effects. The title screen and intro cinematic is a really nice recreation. I have no problems with it. Until this mirrored face Picard pops up, and I'm not sure if I want to play the rest of this game now. So apparently some Romulans went over the neutral zone and went missing, and that's just a big no-no in Starfleet's eyes. Starfleet wanted to help look for the missing Romulans, but the other Romulans were like, no, we're gonna do it ourselves, and Starfleet was like, no you're not. So Starfleet orders the Enterprise to the neutral zone, cutting the crew's shore leave short. After staring at Picard's copied half face, we go out on the bridge where we get a distress signal from a very angry looking Vulcan named Talaris. Well, I guess that is just what Vulcans look like anyway, so never mind. She's an archaeologist of the Federation working on the ruins of Codus Nu V. Yeah, so it turns out I read that wrong. It's actually number 6 on the end of that. So I read that as Codus Nu V. No, it's actually Codus Nu 6. So I'm essentially an idiot. She just detected a Romulan ship and needs help. Then we go on the actual computers of the Enterprise and set course for the actual planet or system we need to go to for the next mission. You can fight in top-down asteroid-style space battles. There's even a 360 view of the bridge with pixelated versions of all your favorite characters' faces. And the cartridge itself actually has a save battery, so if you're away from your game for a while, you can easily come back to where you were. You can go into Picard's ready room and get updates on what to do next. And for 1994, that is huge because most games like this required a lot of passwords. Then when you get to your destination, you head into the transporter room and set up your own away team with some bridge crew and some throwaway red shirts to die so no important people do. And when we beam down to the surface, we go all out, gunslinging on these damn Romulan fools. You know, the true Starfleet way. Murder. You know, since I can't actually play the game because I don't have a Sega Genesis, I can't really comment on how the game controls and all of that. I can just joke about what I see. So let's look at the Jag of Troy footage that I mentioned earlier, and let's see what happens at the end. There. There we go. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Well, that was weird. Glad that's over. Must be around here. Oh! Thanks, Trivy. Oh my gosh, you found my other game. Oh my goodness, wow. Trivy, oh Trivy of Borg.
We are the Borg. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our...
And then in 2009, the first of the alternate universe Star Trek movies was released, directed by J.J. Abrams and starring Chris Pine as the horny Starfleet Captain Kirk. Then they made 2 sequels, Into Darkness in 2013 with Benedict Cumberbatch as a whitewashed Khan, with the weirdest looking Klingons I have ever seen, and Star Trek Beyond that nobody has even seen, so. So obviously, a movie only liked by people who never seen Star Trek before was made into a video game. Developed by Digital Extremes and Namco Bandai in 2013 for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, this game is a dumpster fire. A dumpster fire that's basically a very stretched out bad Star Trek episode. First, let's talk about the cover because I'm confused. If I were to go down to my local Walmart looking for a cool video game to buy and I see this cover, I'm putting it back and would rather buy Peppa Pig on PS4 because at least Peppa Pig knows how to market to their audience. The front cover is completely black and white for some reason, making it look just as bland as a Popeye's biscuit, making it look nothing like Star Trek, a critique I also have for the movie's cover. If you didn't see Spock's ears or the Starfleet logo, then it would look just like some generic sci-fi video game. I've always hated the updated spacesuits, now with the added addition of badly photoshopped heads. I would have liked to see the actual Starfleet uniforms on the front cover, but nope, we get this shit. And for the back, I have no idea what's going on because I can't read any of it. Nothing is in English. Well, besides the StarTrek.com link, I wonder what's on there. It's all in Spanish, and since I'm Canadian who lives in the pure cold, I never learned Spanish. Like, why is there no English telling me what's going on? Let's use my own universal translator. Google. A legendary team. Kirk and Spock unleash the power of technology of the 23rd century in a battle against the relentless Gorn invasion. And yeah, that's really about it. I don't know why they couldn't just add an English translation for this game since the rest of the game has English speaking characters.
What's going on down there?
The radiation from those binary stars is making communications difficult.
With fewer than 10,000 Vulcans remaining, I question the logic of placing them on any type of experimental power station.
Scotty, get us out of here!
Also, the inside cover has a controller guide that also doesn't have any English, so let's hope there's a tutorial because their own guide is useless to me. The game boots up and... hello? Is my volume on? What's going on? Oh, okay. So the logos just don't have any audio at all. Even the epic looking Digital Extremes logo that would have some sort of heavy metal music behind it is completely silent. The title screen actually looks decent, the character models are good, the music is awesome and sounds futuristic with all the beeps and boops on the bridge. There's very little lens flare, so it's better than the new movies already. You can choose between the horny Captain Kirk or the boring ass Vulcan. Obviously I went with Kirk. I mean, how can you not with that smolder and those bright blue eyes?
Their numbers are overwhelming. Surrender may be our only option. No!
The game starts in this snot green cave where it actually gives me a tutorial on how to fire my phaser. How about that? Then a grenade is thrown at us and we're teleported to another cave somehow. Star Trek has grenades? What? And, whoa, wait, what's going on? Why are they fighting?
It is your move, Captain. I'm aware of that, Mr. Spock.
And now we're playing three-dimensional chess. Is that what boomers played before holodecks? How in the hell does that even work? And I have to admit, the design of the ship is actually pretty cool. It has nice depth perception outside the windows that makes the planet actually look far away. I also thought it was cool that you can actually see the writing on the front of the ship. And you can also hear other crew members' conversations just going about their daily work life.
Did you try reversing the phase oscillation?
That's the first thing I tried.
I'm stumped.
We don't have to go warp speed, thank you very much.
It sort of makes the ship feel more lively in a way. I mean, I say the officers are working, but I don't know what he's working on. What are you tapping on? That is a white cube with no screen. And now we're off to save the crew of this Vulcan space station. And we're successful, after enduring the station falling apart around us and solar flares wanting to melt our faces off. Oh. No, of course not. The only one that survived was the one with plot armor. A Vulcan named Tamar, who was the captain of all of those Vulcans who died, even though Vulcan is an endangered species because their home did this.
What's going on down there, Captain?
Scotty, Binary Suns are pulling this station apart. What memo did you not get today? Did you forget what mission you're on? Now, on to the next mission. We get in the turbo lift and... we see Spock demonstrate a new Vulcan ability, teleporting without the use of a transporter. I mean, I thought Vulcans only had this many abilities, but I guess teleportation counts too. And now we head to a planet called New Vulcan, stereotypical rocky desert planet that's in every series. But obviously something has taken over this new settlement of Vulcans and we have to figure out what caused the station to shut down in the first place. So we pass through hallways of infected Vulcan who are horrifyingly aware of what's going on and begging you to run away from them because they promise you they will hurt you.
Run away! It is forcing me to do this!
And the Gorn. And if you're looking forward to the slow-moving humanoid-looking Gorn from the original series, well, prepare to be disappointed. Okay, here's the Gorn, I think. God. It looks like shit. Like, come on, the Klingons in this universe look like this. What were you expecting the Gorn to look like? They're literally just raptors with guns and starships. Is this what you were expecting? The first Gorn boss battle was actually pretty challenging. He's fast and hits like a truck, and I died many times. After what felt like an hour of dying over and over again, I finally figured out the best way to take him down. Just keep dodging out of the way of his charging attacks until he starts throwing these power cells. It gives you good time to heal your companion and yourself if need be. And once that's done, shoot him and the power cells to blow them up in his scaly, unfinished face. Scotty keeps trying to beam us out, but he can't because there's too much interference.
Too much interference, I can't get a lock on you.
And I quit at this point because I had to send an airstrike with a tricorder, but every time I press the goddamn button in the corner there, where it says I'm supposed to press, it just won't work. And this is the first game I've ever broken a controller because of.
Will do, sir.
I mean, it is a pretty poor licensed game that tries to bring you into the universe that a lot of people love, including myself, but it just doesn't cut it. Star Trek Online is a free game on PC and now on consoles, and it does a way better job than this game ever could. Okay, well, I'm ready to go back in my regular clothes now because I hate this uniform.